Okay, so there's this place in northern France. It's a wine region that honestly looks like it was pulled right out of a fairy tale. We're talking about Alsace, and today we're going to figure out exactly why its wines are so unique, why they taste like nothing else on the planet.
I mean, just listen to that. It really paints a picture, doesn't it? A sunny valley, you've got the Vosges Mountains on one side, the Rhine River on the other. It's just idyllic. But here's the thing. It's not just a pretty postcard. This exact geography, that's our very first clue to what makes these wines so special.
So, what is it that makes them so distinctively special? I mean, really, it's more than just a beautiful view. It's this perfect storm, you know? A combination of the climate, the soil, the history. It all comes together to give these wines a signature you just can't find anywhere else. So let's dive in and break down exactly what's going on here.
All right, the big secret, the magic word here is terroir. You've probably heard it before, but what does it really mean? Well, think of it as a wine's sense of place. It's this whole symphony of natural elements, the climate, the geography, the soil, all working together, and you can literally taste it in your glass. It's what makes a wine from one place taste totally different from another.
So in Alsace, you have these two massive natural forces at play. On one side, you've got the Vosges Mountains. They act like this giant protective shield, blocking all the wind and rain from the west. This creates what's called a rain shadow, making Alsace one of the driest, sunniest spots in all of France. That means the grapes get super ripe and concentrated. Then you've got the Rhine River, which acts like a gentle thermostat, keeping things from getting too hot or too cold. This lets the grapes ripen nice and slow, developing all those complex flavors while holding on to that amazing acidity.
And it's not just what's happening above ground. The real magic continues right under your feet. The soil here is like a crazy quilt, a total mosaic. You've got granite, which gives the wine this zesty minerality and acidity. Then there's limestone, which adds structure and body, kind of like the backbone. And you'll find sandstone, which helps with drainage and adds a real touch of elegance. It's wild. You can have two vineyards right next to each other, but because the soil is different, the wines can taste completely different. It's that specific.
Okay, so we've covered the place. Now let's talk about the personalities, the stars of the vineyard. Because in Alsace, it's all about the grapes. Each one has its own unique character, its own story to tell.
And when we say stars, we're really talking about white grapes. I mean, look at this. Over 90%. That's huge. Alsace is overwhelmingly a white wine region. And because they're so focused, so dedicated to these white grapes, the winemakers there have just gotten unbelievably good at expressing every single nuance.
Leading the charge, you have the queen of Alsace, Riesling. Now, if you think you know Riesling, you might want to think again. Here it's almost always bone dry, and it is all about precision and elegance. Just imagine this. Vibrant citrus, like lemon and grapefruit. A sharp, steely minerality that you know comes straight from those soils we talked about, and this incredible acidity that just makes your mouth water. It's so refreshing. And then there's Gewürztraminer. Oh man, if Riesling is the poised, elegant queen, Gewürztraminer is the loud, flamboyant life of the party. You will not forget this grape. The second you stick your nose in the glass, it's an absolute explosion of aromas. We're talking lychee, rose petals, exotic ginger spice. It's so bold and aromatic. It's a whole experience in a glass, really.
So, you have these incredibly expressive wines. What do you do with them? Well, you bring them to the table, of course. These wines were practically born to go with food, especially the rich, hearty dishes that come from the region itself.
Let's look at some classic matchups. You've got tarte flambe. Think of it like a super thin, crispy pizza with cream, onions, and bacon. A light, crisp Pinot Blanc just cuts right through that richness. It's perfect. Or choucroute garni, this amazing dish of sauerkraut and all kinds of sausages and meats. You need that high-acid, dry Riesling to stand up to it. And for a really hearty meat stew like Bedicofe, you bring out the big guns, that aromatic Gewürztraminer. It's no coincidence they work so well. The food and wine in Alsace literally grew up together.
Okay, so now you get the wine, you get the food, but there's really only one thing left, right? You've got to experience the place for yourself. And believe me, the absolute best way to do that is to hit the legendary Alsace wine route. So what is it? It's this incredible 170-kilometer road that just winds its way through the very heart of the vineyards. It takes you from Marlenheim all the way to Thann, and along the way you get to explore these ridiculously charming medieval villages. You can just spend your days driving, stopping at these little family-run wineries for a tasting. You're literally tasting the wine right where it's made. It's the most immersive way to see what Alsace is all about.
And the villages, oh, the villages are something else.
You have to see Ricuir. It's considered one of the most beautiful villages in all of France, and it feels like a time capsule. Then there's Colmar, the capital, which they call Little Venice because of its canals. And Iguisheim is just wild. It's built in these perfect circles around a medieval castle. See? These aren't just towns. This is that fairy tale we were talking about, come to life.
So, there you have it. We've dug into the soil, we've met the star grapes, we've even taken a little trip down the wine route. Now there's really only one question left, and it's for you. Think of every bottle of Alsatian wine as an invitation. So, which bottle of Alsace will start your journey?